Aggro Imbue Mage with a splash of Paladin for the dual class Brawl. You can see here I just finished a 6-win run. The Imbue Mage package is going to give us ways to be able to deal damage to our opponent and to be able to create additional tokens on the board. The Paladin package is going to give us additional ways to be able to imbue our Mage hero power and to buff all of the tokens that we're going to be generating. Largely the deck is going to play the same as the standard Aggro Paladin you may already be familiar with. We're really just looking to flood the board, buff all those tokens, and be able to finish our opponent with face damage. Against Mage here, you can see I'm going to keep this Gold Petal Drake. And we're going to be looking to imbue our hero power early, just looking to generate additional wisps on the board to be able to buff them. A nice top deck here with the Bitterbloom Knight. That's going to be our turn 2 play most likely. And we just get down to Bitterbloom. That's going to give us our first imbue here. And once we get our imbues to, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3, we're going to want to start looking to hero power every turn unless we have a much more attractive play. Going to get down the Gold Petal Drake, continue to imbue. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and take this trade.
Warcraft MP.
Looks like our opponent is going to be playing Elemental Mage, so we're going to be up against an aggressive deck here. We'll get down our second Gold Petal Drake, continue to imbue our hero power, and I think I'm probably just going to take a value trade here. Ultimately, I just want to have a lot of minions on the board with the Crusader Aura in hand. If we can just get a wide board, we'll be able to close out the game almost immediately with the buff from the Crusader Aura. Also keeping in mind here that we could draw any of our other buffing cards to be able to buff the wisps, you know, things like the Busy Bot, Hatching Ceremony, Flash Sale, anything that's going to allow us to be able to do more damage from the board to our opponent's face. And it looks like our opponent is doing a very good job of going face as well here. We're going to go ahead and take these trades and continue to imbue our hero power. So you can see here, with so many imbues on our hero power already in the game, we've been able to generate a full board, and with the Crusader Aura in hand, our opponent pretty much has to have the Solar Flare to clear our board here. The good news for us is they only have 2 Solar Flares in this particular deck, and we have infinite hero powers, so we should be able to get a board to stick and Crusader Aura to win. But it looks like this is actually just going to be lethal here, I think. Our opponent just isn't really able to do anything, so we're going to go ahead and buff and look to close out our opponent, and you can see that they just concede in the face of overwhelming power. Next up, we got another mage. I am going to keep the imbue cards, certainly. I'm going to go ahead and toss the Muster for Battle here. I would probably keep the Muster for Battle if I had like a Hatching Ceremony in hand, just because those cards pair together so well, as you may know from the standard Aggro Paladin deck. And one of the keys that I found in playing this deck is I just want to imbue early and often. So I'm going to go ahead and coin out an imbue here. I actually like the Paladin imbue just for this particular high roll. I think typically you might be able to hit like a 3-attack minion, hit the high roll here with a 4/4, but you know, compare that to coining out like the Spirit Gatherer. It's only going to have 1 health, and the Bitterbloom Knight only 2 attacks. So we're going to take the potential high roll here. And seeing the Hatching Ceremony top deck, that's just going to be our turn 3 play. Again, thinking about the standard Aggro Paladin play style, we're going to play Hatching Ceremony on 3, and then we're going to put as many minions on the board as we possibly can on turn 4 to be able to catch that buff at the end of the turn. So we're going to be playing all of our wisps and hero powering as well as we get to turn 4. And of course, we're just going to push damage into our opponent's face here. Somebody playing a nice little quest mage here in the Tavern Brawl. Lots of interesting decks. I've really been enjoying the dual class Tavern Brawl. Get to see and play against some different decks. Definitely a fun change up from what we're seeing in Standard right now. Alter time from our opponent, and they're probably just going to be looking for ways to be able to remove our minions on the board. But again, the beauty of this deck is with the hero power, we can create lots of tokens every single turn as we get our hero power imbued higher and higher. Then we just need to find some of these Paladin buff cards, and we'll be able to close out our opponent. I'm going to play the Spirit Gatherer, then we're going to play the 2 Wisps that we have in hand, and then we are going to Hero Power as well. You can see here this is going to give us a full board as well as maximum damage face. And we now have a huge board, pressuring our opponent's health total here thanks to the Hatching Ceremony. Opponent's going to try to draw or discover their way out of this. I think it's going to be pretty challenging for them though. And if they do somehow manage to clear the board, we just create another board with Hero Power and the Muster for Battle. Opponent does manage to complete the quest, but they are not going to be able to remove enough of our board to prevent us from killing them with the Crusader Aura in hand. We're just going to buff, go face, and close out this game. And again, you can just see here the beauty of this deck. We just have continuous small boards that turn into big boards with the Paladin buff cards, and we win. Against Rogue here, again, I'm just going to keep this Gold Petal Drake. I think you always keep the Gold Petal Drake. And would also probably be looking to keep like the Paladin buff cards, just like you would with the standard Paladin aggro deck. We're just going to play our cards and curve out here. And we can see Quest Rogue, really interesting at 5 wins that we're running into Quest Rogue. They got to be running something pretty spicy here to be able to get to the 5 wins, I think. I'm going to shuffle in some asteroids and advance their quest a little bit. Kind of curious to know what class they've paired with Rogue for this. But we'll get down the Gold Petal Drake and push some face damage here. Good thing about Rogue is they don't have a lot of ways to be able to clear wide boards outside of maybe like a Fan of Knives. Oh! They're actually playing Shaman and Rogue, so it's kind of like an Asteroid Rogue Shaman. Again, I'm really just enjoying the Tavern Brawl here. I'm going to equip the weapon and start swinging. We're going to draw the Ascena first. We will be able to draw a second copy of Wisp Rider with our next swing, so we'll go Wisp Rider 5 into Wisp Rider 6. Continue to imbue our Hero Power. And I want to make sure that I get the order right here. Do I want to swing first? Or do I want to play the Wisp Rider first here? I think I probably want to swing and set the minion to only 1 health, then play Wisp Rider. And hopefully we can clear that and allow us to go face. Looks like we do. And I'm going to go ahead and play the Wisp. I think it's unlikely, unless our opponent draws a lot of asteroids, that they're going to be able to clear this board. Again, thinking about the Crusader Aura in hand, we're just going to keep as wide a board as possible every turn. Eventually our opponent's not going to be able to remove it, and we'll just win the game on the spot with that Crusader Aura. Meteor Storm does clear the board, so that's where the Paladin cards are going to be coming in here. Likely assume that they can run a second copy of that, but we're going to stick to our plan. Looks like we're going to get up to 4 damage, 4 Wisps here, so we just play our cards. Again, make the widest board possible, and at this point, I'm going to want to commit to using my Hero Power every single turn. You can see here, if nothing else, those Wisps can soak some asteroid shots for us. Second Meteor Storm coming out, so our opponent's up to 14 asteroids. They, potentially drawing those cards, are going to be able to take a lot of our tokens off the board. And our plan here is just going to be to continue to imbue our Hero Power and click that Hero Power. We're going to get down the Hatching Ceremony, so next turn, again, we'll be able to make a wide board just with our Mage Hero Power, and we're going to turn all those 1/1s into 3/3s at the end of the turn. And it looks like Rogue is going to be playing their Quest Reward. I would assume with the Rogue cards included in the deck, they're going to be able to draw a lot of cards, so a lot of those asteroids are probably going to be coming out of our opponent's deck pretty quickly here soon. Triangulate coming down, and asteroids are going to be coming down as well. And you can see with the asteroids only dealing 2 damage, once we get our 3/3 wisps at the end of next turn, they're going to be able to soak quite a bit of these 2 damage asteroids. So maybe a little bit of danger of our opponent's asteroids going face and being able to kill us. Certainly every minion that tanks damage for us is going to be good. I'm going to go ahead and get down the Crusader Aura just for the additional damage face and the additional buffs going on to our minions. So our opponent is likely just going to have to clear this board fully. Otherwise, they may just be dead next turn. Pretty much if any minion survives and can attack, with an additional buff from the Crusader Aura and our hero power, if it's not lethal, it's going to be really close. So we're just looking to survive this turn. And it looks like our opponent actually has additional ways to be able to remove our minions here. Haven't seen that rush minion maybe ever in Standard. We see the spell power come out as well, so now the asteroids are going to be dealing 3 damage. Make it easier to remove our minions and to deal face damage here. And our opponent is going down to 8. We have second Crusader Aura in hand as well as a beefy hero power. We'll see what they can do to finish this out. More asteroids. Probably prefer face hits at this point. Still 1 minion on the board. And we actually see that the Ascena is active now, so the Ascena is going to close out the game for us here. That's the reason why we run that card, just for the big damage burst. And that is going to be our 6-win Aggro Imbue Mage / Paladin. Final thoughts on the deck. It's fun. It's good. It was able to get me to 6 wins, and it just kind of overpowers our opponent with that strong early game. If you've enjoyed this video, please hit that like button. If you'd like to see more from me, please consider subscribing to the channel. If you would like more Mage or Paladin gameplay, you can check out the Mage or Paladin playlist on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.